Welcome back to Digital Titans again, and this is a session where we would be giving you a quick overview of what digital marketing is all about. And this you could consider this as a sneak peek of what digital marketing is. And by now, most of you know that we operate by the mantra that the only guiding principle that we have is to make digital marketing accessible to everybody and simplify it as much as you can so that you can start uh, getting actionable insights, or anybody could start digital marketing on their own. So that's the overall goal that we operate by. On that note, it is high time we understand that digital marketing has not only become a career skill, but it's also become a life skill, right? Now, what do you mean by life skill? Now, imagine a day without social media, or without WhatsApp, or without your Telegram. Now, world would seem to be at a standstill, right? So we wouldn't know what to do. We are I wouldn't say addicted, but we are so dependent on these platforms to get our everyday tasks executed that digital has become a life skill. So it's not a what do you say? It is not overrated when we say that digital marketing is has become a life skill. Now, what is digital marketing after all? We hear so many people talk about digital marketing, and it is being discussed in career forums. It is being discussed in meetings in a lot of companies and corporations. Now, digital marketing has been spoken about on a large scale, and but very few understand what digital marketing is all about, and how does one go about it, and how do you start getting your digital marketing activities up. Now, simple statement that says digital marketing is a set of activities that are performed using internet as a medium and with an intention to market a product or service. So you could look at any of the definitions on Wikipedia, or any other management forums, where you see a book long or you see a page long definition of digital marketing. But in simple terms, what digital marketing is all about is using internet as a medium, and if you have an intention to promote or market a product or service. Now, internet plus marketing is all digital marketing is all about. Now, to date, it's surprising that how many people underestimate the importance of digital marketing, and most of them do not understand why should we opt for digital marketing at all. What are the advantages? I mean, why digital is what you see some people ask I mean, these times. Now that's strange. Now, for all the people who are wondering why should one go digital, or why should a company opt for digital media, now digital spend over the years have steadily grown, and it's drastic, right? It's drastic. Now, if you look at the graph below, now I've put data from 2005 to 2017. Now look at the incremental value in the penetration of digital. Has been grown. Now these are the spends by different companies or individuals across platforms over the years, and it's huge. And this is enough a reason to explain why one should opt for digital. Going ahead, now traditional versus digital, right? Now, traditional media basically refers to your print, your radio, mass medium such as TV. And what is the difference? So, in addition to the rise in the internet penetration rate, the world around is not the same as it was 5 years ago. Now, digital is slowly but drastically taking over things. I mean, it plays a very vital role. If you look around and see what you do on a daily basis. Now, digital has a very prominent role. Now, digital gives you complete control as to when to target people, whom do you want to target, who is your target audience, where do they stay, now at what cost do you want to target them, and what would be your return on investment, or ROI, if you do it that way. How long do you want to advertise, and come on, think about it. What else gives you this kind of flexibility? And then there are very specific advantages that digital provides, which directly affect the bottom line of an individual or a company or an organization. And some of the things where digital has proven to deliver considerable value are the following. Now, the targeting that you choose while you're advertising people on digital media using any of the digital marketing platforms, the targeting is precise and it's accurate. So you can specifically decide which kind of audience or persona or what kind of people do you want to target, where do they stay, what should be your geographic target, and what times do you want to show your ad. So that kind of targeting is very precise and accurate. Now, no spray and pray that happens in mass advertising. So you just spend your billions of dollars on TV ads and on paper ads, and then you just pray that people come to you. So that's not going to work anymore. Now, digital, though people argue that it is an expensive media, but there are a lot of ways where you could reduce your cost and increase your return on investment or conversions. And definitely, you must say digital marketing is cost effective. Now, it's partly because of the ability that digital gives you to track where your last dime has gone. Now you could track your money better, and you could know where you spent and what is the return on investment for every X dollar that you spent, right? So that ability, and if you look at those reports and if you make necessary changes, digital marketing can definitely be cost effective. Now track who sees your ad and what the responses are, whether they're responding to your ad, did they register, did they fill in a form, or did they purchase anything that you're trying to sell. Now you could run reports and track all these activities. And extreme customization, the reason I say this is, uh, let me take an example. If you talk about Facebook ads, for example, now there is something called as flex targeting in Facebook. Now there is no other platform or media which gives you so much of control and customization when you want to target a set of people. Now, if you talk about, if I talk about my audience who are females and who are interested in, let's say, coffee. Now, Facebook Flex targeting lets me define a custom audience, which is the audience is female and they should also be interested in coffee. So it brings up a combination of these two things and it lets me target these. So this is extreme customization, right? Which was never heard of before. Now, this can be definitely more engaging and visually appealing than the traditional media. Now, you have the ability to, it is nothing new when we say that mobile platforms have been are taking over laptops any day. And you see a lot of, what do you say, migration of people from using desktops and laptops to mobile platforms and mobile devices and tablets. So that shift is definitely an advantage, considering digital lets you advertise on these devices also. Now, all the activities that you do using digital marketing, now these are action oriented approach. It's not that people look at your ad and keep quiet. So you can for the lack of a better word, you can make them respond to your ad by either clicking on it, by signing up a form, or you could capture people's email IDs when they're trying to leave your website. So there could be a lot of things that digital lets you do, which is unavailable in traditional media. So think about it. Would you looked at a ad on a newspaper and you found it attractive? Let's say, okay, you find it attractive and you really wanted to get in touch with these guys. So is there any way where you could contact them by filling up a form? No. I mean, so you would have to either call them or wait for them until they respond. So that action-oriented approach is more accessible when it comes to digital media. Moving forward, so we spoke about digital media for quite some time. Now, what does digital marketing constitute of, and what are the different elements? Now, there is no doubt that it is impossible to fit all the elements that fall under digital marketing into one page or one slide. But digital marketing is non-exhaustive. I mean, you have so many platforms coming up every day, and as we speak, I'm not surprised if there's a team of people working on, how do you what do you say, how do you on an app which lets you advertise using Facebook Live. So it is constantly evolving, and it becomes very difficult for anybody to put all these platforms in one slide or one sheet. So what we have done here is we have tried to split digital marketing into the most common categories, and that would be further broken down into subcategories. Please be aware that this is not an exhaustive list. There is much, much, much more to digital media and digital marketing platforms. So, broadly, digital marketing can be classified into SEO, which is search engine optimization, SEM, which is search engine marketing, SMM, which is social media marketing. You have web analysis or web analytics, as you can call it, email, and then you have video, blog, affiliates, mobile, content, etc. As I said, this is not an exhaustive list, but when you talk about SEM, we would take a minute or so in discussing these subcategories down the line. But at this level, you need to understand that when you say SEM, which is search engine marketing, it is primarily a paid form of advertising, and you can see paid ads on Google, you can see paid ads on other third-party websites, which are called as display ads. You can see ads on Facebook, which are paid. You can see ads on LinkedIn, which are paid, Twitter, and you have innumerous number of blogs that people run in the world today, and you would see ads on all these blogs. So basically, paid ads are everywhere, right? Then you have something called a social media, where now there's a slight difference between, though you see Facebook mentioned under SEM and SMM, there's a slight shift of logic that's required. Now, social media marketing is primarily, I'm not saying that it constitutes of only this, but primarily the intention of social media is how could you not spend money and start generating results. That's the overall goal of social media. Now, under SEM, what you see under the Facebook, these are the paid ads that you run on Facebook. Now, if you talk about SMM, a better example would be, how do I make a piece of video content that I have go viral so that it helps me in building my brand with the audiences, right? Now, so all you have to remember is when you talk about social media marketing, the intention is not just spending dollars and trying to get results. How do you strategize in such a way that I could get traffic to your website, traffic to my website, or I could get the results that I want to accomplish using almost by not spending anything at all. So that's the overall goal of social media. Now, one area where a lot of agencies, a lot of people get misunderstand social media is social media primarily involves strategizing and using the available content or developing content that you have. How do you push this content across all the social media platforms and start getting traction? So that's the overall goal. Now, let's say you have been one of the world's best digital marketer, and you're a great SEO, you're a great SEM guy, you're also an SMM guy, and but if you are unaware of something called as web analytics, all the expertise that you have in all the other platforms goes down the drain. It's like you're spending $1 billion on all these platforms, but you have no idea how to track what platform is working for you, what platform doesn't work for you, where you're losing out on people, where are your funnels acting funny. So you have no idea how to track these things. It doesn't matter how good you are with the other platforms. So the backbone or the spine of digital marketing activities is web analysis. If you are in a position to analyze your online marketing efforts or digital marketing efforts, you could take a lot of meaningful decisions that could save your customers, that could save your time, that could also save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So web analytics, primarily Google Analytics, is what we're talking about. Now that lets you analyze how much traffic is coming to your website, where are they coming from, what are your most profitable sources, how long are people staying on your website, what are your most viewed pages, what do people do when they come on your website, do they stay long enough or they quit, what is the bounce rate. So on what platform do they use more? Do they use it on mobile or do they use it from the desktop? Now, all these pieces of information, when you put together, trust me, could be a savior for your business. Now, email marketing is dead, is what a lot of people say. Now, take my word for this. This is a statement that is used by people who do not understand how to market using emails. Now, email marketing is just not pushing your product down the throat and saying that buy my product. Now, it's not about that. It's not about harassing people 10 times a day by sending multiple emails. It's not about that. Email marketing is about generating interest about your product, genuinely creating content which would make the user think or at least consider your product, and there should be enough value add in the email that you're trying to send out rather than just sale written all over the email or just say buy now, buy our product. Now that doesn't work. So email marketing should have enough context. It should have a strong value add that you're trying to provide to people rather than just sounding very, very pushy. And then a lot of companies, and I mean, I have had bad experiences with email marketing, I must say, when I was trying to get a quiet database, which means that you would buy this database from somewhere, and then you would blast the email list, and it would go to everybody, right? Now, a wrong way of looking at this would be to focus on how many people am I sending this email to, rather than what kind of people am I sending this to. Are they qualified? Are they my audience? Do they fall under the category that I want to target? How did I get these emails? Did I capture them, or did I buy them, or did I get the database from somewhere which is irrelevant to me? So all these things play out, and an ideal way would be, just to give you as an example, an ideal way would be to promote content on either of the channels, SEO, SEM, or social media. Try to give value to people, to your audiences, and try to engage them by collecting their email IDs and asking them to opt in to their to give their email IDs. Take the email IDs, start staying in touch with them consistently by sending a newsletter, or by sending a greeting, or by sending some of the new updates that would really help them, than blasting them out with sale, buy now. Just don't sound too pushy is all I mean. Now, email marketing has changed so much that there are two major things that I would want to talk about email marketing here. Uh, the first thing that I'm talking about is, once you send an email out, you could see what the person did with the email. How long did he open the email? How long did he stay on the email? Are there any links in the email that he clicked? Did he contact you? Was there any action generated? How many times did he open this email? Now, this is one thing which is a really good advantage. And apart from that, in the recent past, there is the concept of something called as drip email, where you could assign a workflow to how your email should behave. So you would send an email to somebody, and then you would ask him to respond if he's interested to receive a newsletter from you. And if he says yes, without your involvement, without any manual intervention needed, drip software, or drip methodology, or the functionality would automatically send him a follow-up email asking about what he wanted. Now, this is an automated workflow, and slowly automation is gaining a lot of importance, because it is more meaningful. You're not thrashing out emails to people. You're sending emails based upon the responses that they have generated. Now, these are some of the advancements which definitely prove that email is not dead. Apart from these, you have a lot of other things like video marketing, YouTube marketing, handling a blog, creating a blog, becoming an affiliate for, let's say, Amazon or Big Rock, and how do you advertise on specific mobile platforms like InMobi. Now, how do you come up with content? How do you curate content? How do you publish content? Now, this exactly is what we're talking about. And this exciting space could be termed as the digital marketing ecosystem, where you would talk about all these platforms. Moving forward, let's take less than a minute to understand what each of these things mean. SEO, it's all about who ranks at the top when users search for a related product or a keyword on Google. Now, whoever ranks at the top gets the most visibility and traction. Now, when you search for something on Google and you see a lot of free results, now most of us assume that Google is partial to some of the companies when it shows their listings at the top, but no. It basically depends upon the relevance, how good their website is, what kind of SEO activities they're doing that gets them that sweet spot, right? Now, SEO is was a huge deal at some point in time. Now, gradually, eventually, when content marketing and display advertising, when that gained a lot of importance, SEO has become less, what do you say? It is. I wouldn't say less important, but the attention is spread across all the channels uniform now. So SEO is important. At the same time, only SEO will not get you anything. So you would have to be present on all these platforms, all these channels, and do a decent job on all these platforms to get a 360-degree presence online, which would eventually translate into getting you results. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is SEM, which is search engine marketing. Basically, it refers to running paid ads on any of the platforms like Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., etc. And it shows your ads to the audience that you have chosen according to their interests or the geography that you have chosen. Now, ads can be shown on Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and other display partner sites. I'm sure you would have also seen ads on other platforms like YouTube, StumbleUpon. There are a lot of other platforms where on people's blogs. Now, that's what SEM is all about. Talking about social media, today businesses are non-existent if they're not on social media. So if I do not find the name of a company on Facebook, or if I don't see anything about them on Facebook, it pretty much it is non-existent to me. I would not even consider them to be living, to be honest. Now users are online most of the time in any of these platforms, whether on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and not just the majority of people are online, but they're online for almost 90% of the time. So now you know where your audience is. So all you have to do is make sure on what platform your specific audience is engaging for a long time. Create content, create ads that are more relevant to them, give them value, and then get them to become your customers. Now, to be seen on social and get the maximum reach, it needs a solid understanding of the social media platforms. It's not just about spending dollars and trying to get those visits or pushing it down the throat to of your audience. No, it's very important to know how to execute these things, how to strategize, what kind of content works better for your Facebook, what kind of content works better for Twitter, and then taking a meaningful decision. Analytics or web analysis. In simpler terms, analytics is a measure of how effective is your reach, visibility, how is your cost return on investment ratio, and what kind of traffic do you get. And you could also break them down into things like how long did your audience spend time on your website, how long did they stay, what did they do, what are the pages that they navigated, what operating system do they use. So you could get access to all this information using analytics. With no analytics, you could never know if your results are improving or at a standstill. Now, if you do not know how to run these reports or analyze these reports, now what kind of decisions could you make? You wouldn't be able to make head and tail of what you see in the reports. So you could never make a meaningful decision, and which would never translate into results. Now, greatest of the digital marketers fail miserably if they do not understand analytics, as we have discussed before. All right, so what are the other miscellaneous things that we had to talk about? So mobile, video, email marketing, blogs, articles, content marketing, you have heat maps, you have content generation tools, you have content curation tools, you have platforms like Flipagram or video creating softwares, or how do you make presentations online and how do you spread them. So all these things are a part of your digital marketing ecosystem, and these are one of the very few important things that most of the digital marketers should know. In fact, I would say not just digital marketers, but anybody who belongs to this golden era of digital should know these things. So we have put together a set of things that everybody who has anything to do with online space should be able to do. Now these are your do's, and if you want to become a titan in whatever you're trying to do, now these list of things that I've mentioned here become very important at some point in time or the other. So one should know how to create a basic website, should create imagery for social media, coming up with images. Now there was a stage when people used to feel handicapped when they were unable to work with Photoshop, for example. Now, it happened with me too. I mean, if you look at Photoshop, I feel that it's not cut out for me, and I cannot do anything with Photoshop to date. Now, for people like me, there are a lot of other platforms like Canva, you have designer.io. Now, these are tools which make designing very, very easy. So now not knowing Photoshop should not be an excuse not to come up with meaningful images for your social media. Now, one should know how to make and edit videos, which is very easy. Customize your website and use the most important plugins that's required. If you're talking about WordPress, for example, you should know the SEO basics at least. Now, you should be a pro when it comes to your paid ads. You should know how to capture your email IDs and maintaining a database and sending out frequent emailers. You should know how to create social media content. You should know how to work with hashtags. You should be able to strategize to get traffic to your social media profiles and websites. Understanding analytics. You should know how to handle a YouTube channel, understand drop shipping and selling on Amazon. I cannot stress enough on these platforms because the future is going to be this. Now, with Amazon Dash coming into picture and drop shipping gaining a lot of importance over the last 7 years now. Now you should know. Now you cannot just say that no, I'm not a retailer. I do not sell anything online. So drop shipping is not for me. You cannot say that. I mean, God knows what will happen tomorrow. I mean, maybe you could have to do everything through e-commerce in the future, which is we're almost trending there, right? So you should know how to what drop shipping is and how it works. You should know how to sell on Amazon. You should know how to make money from the affiliate policy that Google has. You should know how to do email marketing. How do you monetize your blogs, YouTube channels, and affiliates, as I mentioned before? Now, understand the various available tools for digital marketers, which not only promises good results, but it would save you a ton of a time if you know that these tools existed. Now, finding the right keywords is like having a strong foundation for your paid ads and SEO. Now, optimizing for keywords and writing the content with these focus keywords will get you a lot of traction online. Now, heat maps to understand the user behavior on your website, which section of your website is being looked at more, and things like that. Now, heat maps help you do that. Now, that's it. That should give you a brief idea of what digital marketing is all about. And we would be making further video sessions on how to start with Google AdWords, and what things that should you look at SEO when you're talking about SEO, social media. We give away most of the content on a regular basis for free. In fact, this video that you're looking at now was an effort to drive free people to get to know about digital marketing as much as possible for free. And this would serve as a free digital marketing training basics. Now, I mean, this is information. This is free information, which is coming out of people from a team of people who have been associated with this space for more than a decade now. So I hope you liked it and you would make use of this. And please stay tuned to our channel and our page, and you would be receiving frequent updates about any training modules that we release further for free. Now, our goal is to encourage more people to get onto digital. You can follow our blog at blah blah blah, where we simply simplify everything for you and make it very, very actionable for you. All right, so see you there, folks. Have a good day, and thank you so much for listening to this video session. And in case you wish to follow us, this is where you could go. All right, thank you so much, and this is Digital Titans signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead. Cheers.